Hey guys, Kristen here. On the last video I just shared with you that at this time I feel really enthusiastic actually to start to use more of my coaching tools, step into that place a little bit more. Some of you know me through my business, Ms. Brow, so I'm reaching out to you guys to help you or show you the other side of me and what I do, but also to those of you that know me already, have spent time with me, know that I'm very, very passionate about helping people overcome their problems, so they can sort of start to live a little bit more of an authentic life, but just get a sense of peace in their life, which really comes from that place of alignment with ourselves about what really feels right for us. And what we all have in common at this time is that real place of uncertainty around that. We're literally being forced to slow down. And I tell you, when we're used to living our life a certain way, there's a certain level of discomfort that comes in that first stage before we really settle into a new way of being. And if you have kids, part of that is all of a sudden now everybody is thrust into their home. You've got to spend time with your partner. You've got to spend time with your kids. You can't get that break. And it doesn't matter how much we like people or we love people. We all need our own personal space. So that's why I would encourage you to kind of get out into nature just once a day even, and just everybody spend some space away from each other. But today what I want to talk to you about is homeschooling. And most of us aren't teachers. There's a very small minority of people actually watching this video that are teachers. And so all of a sudden we're sitting there going, I'm not a teacher, how am I supposed to do this? But I just want to share a perspective with you today that in actual fact, if you are a parent, you are always homeschooling. But you're not teaching your children about, the academics. You're actually schooling them on life. You're schooling them on relationships, and you're schooling them, most importantly at this point in time, on how to actually deal with stress and to manage change. And this is why it is so important to really manage your mindset right now, because as I said in the last video, when emotion's high, our intellect is low. When we're emotional, we're not rational. And the first thing that happens when we get a huge amount of uncertainty like we've got right now is that we go into fear, deep states of fear about, what does all of this mean? What's this going to mean for me? And there's a real sense of instability there. And as human beings, we don't like that. So how you're actually managing this in front of your children is teaching them everything about how we deal with crisis. So I want to ask you, how are you interacting with your partner right now? That is definitely a topic that I'm going to talk about on another video and give you some strategies on how to actually become more harmonious and coherent as a team, as a partnership, to really kind of, get the most out of this situation as much as you can. But today I just really want to highlight what you're actually modelling to your kids now is actually homeschooling them. And I appreciate and I get that it's not easy. I understand that, and you could be saying to me, well, that's all very well and great, but right now I just need to manage what's right in front of me. And the key word in that is manage. So if you're emotional and you're arguing with your partner and your stress levels are high and you're yelling at your kids, and you just need to stop and actually realise that right now you're homeschooling your kids on how to deal with stress. How do we interact, or how do you interact with people when you're stressed? How do you behave? How do you speak? And then on the last video I talked about the importance of shutting out anything that's actually going to feed into your fear. So gossip and conversation about the coronavirus isn't helpful. Information about it is, but general chit chat and conversation about it and gossip and different people's perspectives and blah blah blah, none of that's helpful for you right now. You actually need to be able to be coming up with a very solid strategy on how to micromanage and find a new way of operating based on what we're all being forced to do. So if I can give you any advice on that, or if you need some help with that, I am available to do that. Just message me and we can have a conversation, because, you know, if you haven't got the tools, you're not used to, you know, being able to manage your mind and manage your emotions as well as what you'd like to, especially at this really important time where you're modelling to your kids, please reach out to me, because I'll certainly be able to give you some insight and give you some great tools to be able to manage that. So I hope that helps a little bit, and I look forward to connecting with you guys on the next video. Okay, see you, bye.